Morning, Sean. How you doing? Hit the road early this morning, about an hour before the sun came up. I'll tell you a beautiful town, Oxford, Mississippi. Hey, JP. Hey, Barbara. It is really an attractive town. I took a video of it. I'll upload it later. All these college towns are kind of similar, but I got to give my A plus for keeping a nice ambiance. It's nice. It really is. But Oxford is really pretty. I kind of thought it was going to be that way. I'd read about it before. I'm on my way to Clarksdale, Mississippi. It's about 30 miles south of Tunica. I'm going to stay 2 days in Tunica. I'm going through Batesville now. Beautiful this morning drive. Got that bad weather never really... I mean, it was bad weather, but not as bad as it was forecast. Hey, Patricia. Hey, Jimmy. But pretty cool, I'll tell you that. I stayed an extra day for that bad weather. I'd give it a C plus. Cool today, which I'm grateful for. I think it was about 50 when I got up this morning. That's a lot different than 82 yesterday. You know, I could be wrong on this, but what it seems like to me is that, you know, when I was growing up in the 70s, you know, there were a lot of factory jobs around Detroit. Everybody's dad worked for a utility company or the car companies. And back then, you know, everybody was making money, crazy money, and things were going on. I remember everybody kind of referred to the South as, you know, the pay wasn't that great. You know, you kind of moved down there for the warm weather. But what seemed to have happened to me, with me, is, you know, I read a lot, and it seems like the South now, because they never counted on those high-paying, blue-collar, middle-class jobs, the cost of living was always much lower. And now that a lot of the middle-class blue jobs are gone, you know, everybody's making 10 and 12 bucks an hour now, I think you get a better quality of life for the amount of money you make down south than you do up north. Like, you can get nice houses down here for a couple $100 grand, 150, and you just can't do that anymore up north, especially near a big city. So when you couple, you know, expensive housing with low-paying jobs, I think down here's the way to go. 34, no kidding, huh? And Tupelo is a beautiful town, really great. There's a lot of places I go that I didn't know that till I visited them. I mean, I'll tell you, a really super nice place. It would actually be a good place to go for a weekend, and that's Fort Wayne, Indiana. Really a beautiful town, and reasonable. It's not expensive. Now, I'm going to the kind of areas that I like the best. As I've said before, I've spent a lot of time down around Tunica, Mississippi, especially about 20 years ago. I had a buddy of mine that was a gambler, and I'd go do photography. We'd stay there for a month at a time. And I went through Tunica about 7 or 8 years ago. I drove a Class 1 motorhome back for some people from Miami. I took a helicopter ride, and it was different, but now it's really different. That economy is really taking a dive there, and I'm kind of curious what it looks like. Harrah's was mothballed, and then they sold a giant Harrah's casino to an auction company. So the Gold Strike and the Horseshoe are still there. I'm kind of curious to what they're going to be like when I go in there. And just check out the old Mississippi. Hey, Amy. I love the Mississippi Delta. It's very interesting. Where I'm going now, they credit for starting the blues. I'm not a big blues fan, but it'd still be kind of cool. The town looks like a really cool town. You know, down here in Mississippi, I mean, 99% of the places I go, it's still yes sir and yes ma'am with everybody. There's a lot of cool little like restaurants and food. I had really good barbecue yesterday. That was the first really excellent meal I got. So I'm really looking forward to doing photos today, tomorrow, and then I'm going to go to Memphis. But if you get a chance, go online and look at Oxford. What a nice place. Hey Patricia. Hey Dana. Yeah, sorry about not being able to go take photos inside the Elvis Presley Museum, but you can understand that. It's kind of a cool little house. Actually, I'll be around Graceland, not for a couple days, but I will be. And I'll take a video of that as well. I've been there before. There's actually a Red Roof Inn not far from there. I stay at these Red Roof Inns because they don't give you any trouble about dogs. I usually don't get up this early, but I wanted to get an early start today. I was going to stay in Clarksdale, but you know, there's certain little clues you can tell on an area. If you're ever determining, you know, if it's safe where you're going to stay or if your car is still going to be there. Like, I drive an old van, so that's not an issue. And, you know, being dog friendly is a big deal to me. But, like, I'll give you an example. Like, I had some, you know, when I took that west trip, there's hardly any Red Roof Inns out west, so I was forced to stay in these damn Wyndham hotels. Baymont, you know, there's about 6 of them. Super 8, which I don't like. But anyway, I racked up some points. And it's just try and redeem the points sometimes when you get them. You know, and I was paying full tilt. If you ever travel during the summer out west, get a reservation. I'm not kidding you. It's that busy. You'll drive to exit to exit to exit, and nobody will have a room. You got to get a reservation. So when it's that kind of demand, the prices are high. So I ended up, you know, paying up the ass that whole trip because there was just no plan B. So I racked up some points, like 17,000 points, which I normally, you know, I'm not a big point chaser. But anyway, it was enough for 2 nights in Tunica. And after about an hour on the phone, I was finally able to redeem them. So I'm glad to be able to use them and try and avoid staying at any of those Wyndham properties. It's such a super pain in the ass. They all rip you off for a pet fee. I can understand nailing me for a pet fee, but I'll say, well, I don't want any room service or housekeeping. So why are you charging me every day for a cleaning fee? You know, it's just a way to nail you for extra money. Oh, are they easy to redeem? No, that Wyndham is a total pain in the ass. Big time. And you got to call about 4 numbers before you can finally get somebody that can actually do it. You just don't call the Wyndham number and everything's fine. It's separate numbers, pushing about 5 different buttons. So nuts. And they don't let you redeem the points as soon as you get them either. Like I should have been able to redeem them when I was on the road out west, but you can't use them like till 90 days later, some bullshit like that. So I finally got to cash the damn things. Believe it or not, I didn't really pay too much attention to it because when I called them, it's like, hey, you got any places in Tunica? Because you can't keep a dog at a casino. There's one place you can, but it's like $100 or something. It's nuts. I said, do you have any places in Tunica? She said, yeah, we do have one. Well, anyway, I haven't stayed at this one in like 21 years. But actually, I know the guy that owns it, I think. He had just got his pilot's license when I was staying there. And I had already been flying for quite a while. And he was always calling me up in my room, asking me questions about... Or maybe he was just going to get his pilot's license. Maybe he was just going to take the check ride. He ended up getting it, because later on when I went down there, really nice guy, and I'm just kind of curious if he still owns it. But I I looked on the map this morning, and that's the same place I stayed 21 years ago. So I'm curious if he still owns it or not. He's a young guy, probably in about 50 now. Yeah, the problem with those Hiltons are almost like too nice for me. You know, I don't think they're like that pet friendly. And like Hiltons are like in nice business places. You know what I mean? Where I'm kind of like out in places like this. No, I'm not current. First time I flew in air, I started taking lessons when I was 15, 16. Yeah. I got my first ride in a plane at 12. No, I'm not current. No. And I haven't been current in a long time. I don't really have an I mean, if the circumstances were right, I might get into flying again, but I did it so much for so long that, you know, when I get like burned out, plus it's not like it used to be. I mean, what is, right? Everybody says that. Nothing's like it used to be. Just like when you go to collect things, they'll say, well, you should have started 10 years ago. Yeah. You know, everything seems to have been better if you got into it early. All right, have a good day, Dana. Have a good day. Windy today. I'm getting about 2 more miles a gallon with these highway tires, which is pretty good. I noticed down around Hardyville, South Carolina, there's quite a few people that get a trailer. They just hook it up like in a wooded lot and just live there. Now, most places that I know of have ordinances you can't do that, but these people are living there. They have like a carport and a fifth wheel. Yeah, I'm glad it cooled off here, to tell you the truth. It was hotter than hell for 2 days. Start to see these big open fields of agriculture as I head west. Beautiful morning, overcast, but beautiful. You know, the sun was at my back, so it was lighting up everything as I was heading west. Tunica, whatever county that is, I forget, was the most poverty-stricken county in the state. Then when the gambling came in, it changed that, and now they're not doing so hot again. Actually, I read an article online last night where, you know, they bought new fire trucks and stuff like that. Now they're thinking about going to a volunteer fire department because they can't afford it with all the casino revenue lost. Go on Google and look up the Harrah's, Tunica, Mississippi. Just imagine that giant building mothballed. Just crazy money. Hey, Virgil. It's crazy that anybody could afford to build something like that and leave it, and that there'd be no takers. But casinos are kind of like churches. You know, they're designed for one purpose. And when you try to put another business in there, it really doesn't jive. You know, it's too nice to gut and just designed for gambling. But these fields are really wet. They got a lot of rain here last night. This is like the Mississippi Delta look. Old Astro van keeps purring along. Another thing I try and get is a room where I can pull up right out front. That's a big deal for me. See, my whole van is filled. I got a lot of stuff. Plus, I have all my Detroit stuff too. You know, to hand out. I got that, and then my camera equipment. Oh, you like that? Yeah, I'll get you some better videos than that. You know, I didn't have the greatest view at that place, but I just went with what I had, you know what I mean? I'll get some really good rainy videos as soon as they come up. I got some good audio after that, and a couple more videos. You wait till you see Oxford, Mississippi. What a pretty town it is. Yeah, see, now this reminds me of this area, just big open fields, agriculture. Hey, Blue. Yeah, casinos. The casinos were really going wild around 2000. I started going there around 99. You know, I was thinking last night, I remember a couple waitresses there I got to know. Super cute girls. And I don't even see waitresses or cocktail girls at casinos that are that cute anymore. It's like the old days. It's like now labor's so hard to get, they just get anybody they can. But they were like all over the place back then. So damn fun. We'd stay up till 3, 4 in the morning. I took about almost 15 years off of not working. That's all I did was screw around, kind of like what I'm doing now. Just travel around, screw around, stay up late. It's a perfect life for me. Not really much drinking, no drugs, just having fun. Hey, mister, we go down by the Mississippi at night. I remember being there a couple times, just hanging out till the sun came up. Just having fun. Good old days. Hey, Don. Tupelo is really a cool town too. Really is. I was talking to the manager of the Barnes and Noble. She told me about that good barbecue place. She's from Memphis. She got a scholarship, went to Indiana University, and got a job running like the campgrounds for Girl Scouts in Tupelo. Said she loved living there so much she never moved back. I can understand that. It's a cool place. She owned a coffee shop, a restaurant. Really cool lady. Oh yeah, there's a lot of mean people out there. You'll find it out on YouTube. But it's easier to block them now than it used to be. A lot of crazies. I'm not even sure what the speed limit here is. Look how wet it is here. There's a million places where the roads, if you go off the side of the road, any of these places, there's no way you're getting back on by yourself. A lot of places like that here. See where it's all flooded? See, as you on this side of all the way to the Mississippi, it gets lower and lower, flooding it all the time. Mississippi Delta. Yeah, it sucks when your car's not working right. Quite a few cotton fields growing around Tupelo. And this hotel I'm staying at, that used to be cotton, and on Google Earth, looks like they're still planting cotton there. Amy, Oxford would remind you like a downtown Crown Point, that kind of town. That's where all Oprah's visitors used to come from, the housewives. Yeah, I know what you mean. Did you find out any more about your buddy down there, Amy? I like this open look. Yeah, I knew Huntsville was getting nailed. I had a buddy of mine that's from Athens. You ever go and get a Dove's hamburger? You ever have one of those at Athens? Actually, the manager, when I was talking to her, the lady that manages that Barnes & Noble in Tupelo, Barnes & Noble, you know, they have new owners now, and if you go into a place like Lexington, you'll see a huge history section. And I already knew that Barnes & Noble did that. They're trying to cater to like the region that they're in. And she said if you go to a Huntsville Barnes & Noble, it'll be like a huge engineering section. Yeah, yep, Faulkner's from there. Yeah, it looks like a really nice place. So I'm hoping to see some birds migrating. Hey, Elizabeth. Yep, good morning. Got up early this morning. This is Central Time, so. Yeah, Mississippi and Alabama's cool. I like Mississippi. I'm not big on Alabama. Mississippi's cool though. I don't really care for Jackson. Did you ever go to Oxford, Air Cool? Were you ever over at Oxford? Have a good day, Blue. Hope you got dug out. Yeah, they've been on for about 5 years. It's really bad sending units. There's nothing wrong with any of that stuff. This is the Astro van. See the trees blooming? I'll be getting you some good video from the Mississippi. I don't know if you guys ever got around the Mississippi, but I mean, it's not like clear and stuff. It's no Hilton Head. Depends on what you like. I like that. Like, it's a world-class river for starters. And I like all the history associated with it. Plus, it's a beast to contain. There's a lot of maintenance that goes on with the Mississippi. Army Corps engineer. I got to tour one of those boats that maintain, dredge it, and put these things underwater to make the water go one way. It's pretty interesting. Just partying down here in Mississippi. I think I am going to do some gambling tonight. I did stop by the casino that Mary's people own up there, Turtle Creek. I won $150. I think I will go to the Horseshoe. There were two women that as I mentioned, two that I really knew pretty well. God, they would be like 50 years old now. I can't believe they're still working there. I know a lot of people got laid off. I think it's down to like 25% of what it used to be when I was going there. Those places were only like 3 years old when I was going there. I mean, it was balls to the walls fun. You would be in the Horseshoe, okay? And sometimes you'd have a hard time getting on a slot machine. And they were making so much money. Great bands, free booze. The light would be going off. They were using coins back then. The light would be like going off all the time. You'd go over, look, see what somebody won. I mean, all the time, day and night. One time an old couple from Indiana was down there, and they were playing, it was called the Billionaire. Jack Binion owned that. And they were behind me, and they won $256,000 on a slot machine. They were just freaking out. They were so happy. I'm heading to Clarksdale, Mississippi, home of the blues. I promised to buy a souvenir guitar and sing you a blues song. And then I'm just going to take my time. I'm only 30 miles once I get there, and I'm very close to my destination. Once I get like close to where I'm, this is like how my day go. I like to set my day up. Get up early, which I hate doing. I put all my stuff near the door so I don't forget everything, like I did in my friend's house. Forgot my body wash, shaving stuff. And then I get going early. And then I'll be in, see, it's only 8:30 here. I will be in Clarksdale by 9 in the morning, photographing. And then from Clarksdale north to Tunica is only 30 miles. There's some abandoned casinos. I'm going to be able to check out every nook and cranny for 30 miles rather than just, picking and choosing what I look at. Then I'll check into my hotel, get all my bullshit set up. I have so many batteries and cameras and luggage, and computers. It takes a while. I like getting set up, get everything. I have everything charged before I hit the road. Got my GoPro in my pocket, extra battery in my pocket, Sony camera charged. I got 2 Nikons now. I'm ready to party. I love this look. See, now this is going to sound crazy to you, but I actually prefer this environment than like Hilton Head. I do. I just like everyday life. I think that's what kind of got me interested in interviewing people. I want to know what it's like in an everyday life. Not a rock star, an actor, an actress, a pro athlete. Just an everyday Joe. Yeah, I'm not into him too much, but there is some mind-numbing attractiveness to just sitting there like a brain-dead rat, pushing a button. I will say this, it reminds me of flying in the sense that there aren't too many things that grab your attention like that, where you can put like bad thoughts out of your mind. And a casino will do that. I mean, you get a lot of people, their life's not going that great, and they go into a nice air conditioning building. Cute girl brings you a drink. You may win some money. You know, I understand the attractiveness to it. Well, they're not going to be planting these fields for a while. Can't believe I'm getting this good of a cell signal out here. Hey, Michael. Yeah, it was actually my buddy of mine that I stayed with. He just sent me a picture of an alligator crossing the street right where I walked down that path. You know, I took a path to go down to the ocean. Like 12-foot long alligator. They're all over down there. I think they're kind of cool, really. But that would definitely curtail me letting Daisy run around. Yeah, you know, when they're on land, they don't seem to bother people. I'll send you a picture of that later. He sent it to me last night. I mean, I think they're pretty interesting. He was telling me they sit down there and wait at night for like a raccoon or a possum to come down there and get a drink of water. It's amazing how fast those things can spring out of the water. I didn't know it, but that lady that runs the Barnes & Noble, she was telling me like Tupelo is like second in the country for furniture, upholstered furniture, not the hardwoods that you get up like in the Carolinas, but upholstered furniture, and it's a big regional training hospital. Believe it or not, Tupelo's a destination. A lot of people go shopping there on the weekends from neighboring communities. My friends want me to house sit their house when they bought a motorhome. I'll do that. All as I would do if I house sit their house, I would just hang out, go to the beach and read. I wouldn't be interested in driving around Hilton Head. It's too busy. I'll tell you, down at excuse me, in an area like that, a pool is a pain in the ass. You got all those trees and leaves are always going in it. And you don't get a lot of daytime sun. You know, all those trees shady, and you get a lot of mold, and it's a lot of maintenance with a pool. I wouldn't want one. I wouldn't swim in the pool or the ocean. Yeah, it's just a pain in the ass, man. You could clean everything off, and 2 days later it'd be moldy out there again. And a company does it. A place does it. And they can't even keep up with it. Oh, really? Air cooled from where? From where did the odors leave? Bunch of psychos. Oh, huge pigs, huh? That was a weird Amish experience I had. I didn't know those people were that nuts. So much for baked cookies and innocence. Yeah, tell those Yoders I can come down there. Look at that old barn. Tell those Yoders I can come down there and take photos of young girls. That's such a bunch of bullshit. I didn't take any pictures of young girls. Oh, no kidding, air cooled. Oh, no kidding, Virgil. Tell your relatives, quit calling the cops on me in Mayo. I hear the banjos playing. Yeah, no kidding. Big green creek chin. On this conversion I got for this infrared photography, where, in my opinion, the photos that look the best are where you have a lot of vegetation and abandoned vehicles, abandoned factories, that kind of thing. That's really why I got that camera. The guy that owned this camera before, I didn't know it at the time, but I was suspected that it was somebody that had money. And it came with a flash drive, which I don't use. But there was 138 photos on there. This guy took like 500 photos of this camera and never used it again. And all the photos were taken in 2013. He paid $3,100 for the camera. And they looked like they were of foreign descent. But wherever they lived, it was all really nice. I bought both my Nikon cameras like that. People that bought them and didn't use them. I try and get everything used if I can. But I sold Mary, the truck driver. I sold her my old Nikon D300. And I took photos with that damn thing all the time, everywhere. And I bought it new in 2007. And I didn't, have the faintest idea how many actuations were on it, how many photos I took. So you can take a photo, upload it, and then you can check through this third-party program on how many photos it's taken. I didn't have any idea. And as it turned out, I took 29,000, which I would have thought a lot more than that. But a camera is good for like 150 to 200,000 shots. When I got my first Nikon, the D850, I bought it from a guy. It only had 93 photos taken on it. Can you believe that? And this D800 I have, which isn't as good as the D850, it's also about 70% cheaper, and it's 36 megapixel, not 46. That only had 500 photos taken on it, and I took a chance on that one because the guy that was selling it, he didn't know how to do that, and he wasn't about to learn, so I just bought it and did it when I got it delivered. I had that camera overnighted to me. I got it Tuesday in Tupelo. I had a lens in the camera because I got it calibrated to a wide lens. How much do you think it costs to have my camera and one lens overnighted to me from West Branch, Michigan to Tupelo? How much do you think it cost? Yeah, brain one. That happens with anything. Nope. $69, which I thought was a pretty good deal. 69 bucks. Let me give you an example of how these stalker wackos will try and cause me trouble if they can. I know everybody at the post office. It's a small town. I'm friends with one guy, hang around with him. I've helped him out. He's helped me out. Well, when I'm out of town, he'll bring stuff over to my house or whatever. And he's actually the guy that overnighted my camera to me. But I was talking about them one day. You know, a couple of these stalkers that stalked me on YouTube, they contacted the post office and tried to get him fired for doing things for me. And what they didn't know is that everything he does is on his own time. But that just goes to show you how these wackos will cause trouble on YouTube if they can. Can you see this video pretty good right now? Can you guys see it pretty good? $69, Amy. The banjos are playing. Oh, good. Yeah, these people are nuts, man. Look at that Bell Jet Ranger out front there. This is an interesting place. I haven't been here in a long time. Yeah, they're going to be dueling. They are. I guarantee it here. They got more churches than bars than they have in these towns. I'm at my destination and it's 8:40. You couldn't give me $1 million to get out of bed this early when I'm home. I called this Royal Inn yesterday. They were kind of shitty to me when I asked them about if they allowed dogs. Down, 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 down. Down, 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 down. There's one of those blue police cameras. What's that tell you? I can see why you'd have the blues here, that's for sure. Everywhere's out of business. Amy, I'm going to wisp you off your feet and bring you to a lifestyle down here you never dreamed of. Clarksdale, Mississippi. Gonna get a double wide. Yeah, a lot of places are out of business here. Hey, Cynthia. You down for it? Okay, that sounds good. You'll have to drive 130 miles for makeup or get it shipped on Amazon. Yeah, it's cloudy here today. It's not as bad as it looks. Actually, I like it when it's cool like this. I don't normally eat in the morning, but I did get an Egg McMuffin this morning. I knew little Daisy. You know, for some reason, Daisy would not go to the bathroom at that place I was at. I've never had that happen before. Go to downtown Clarksdale. Well, this is photography paradise down here. Now, as I said before, if you look this up, that old cemetery, Clarksdale, this supposedly is the home of the blues. Big Jack Johnson. Here's the Delta Wholesale Hardware Company. Yeah, she does. She does. It was weird there. Never had that happen. Yeah, she will let me know. But usually, I'm aware of it. It's time to party. Everything's out of business. Goals, dreams. This is like a movie set. This is a cool town, though. This is my dream town for photography. Can't wait. Yeah, it's a cool town. I'm gonna party down here all day. Harmonica block party. Now this is what I have, a house of pancakes. these places out of business. This place is awesome. What do you think of this place? I think it's cool as hell. I checked this place too. Uptown. No pets, they said. It's cool, isn't it? They said no pets. I said it's Daisy, people. Look at this Greyhound bus station up here. Hell, I may never leave this place. You know, I don't care for New Orleans, to tell you the truth. I avoid that place like the plague. I just never cared for, I don't like the food that much. I don't like the area. I go around it, to be honest with you. This is cool though. Black History Month. I think it's one cool town though. I'm gonna party down here all day. Aaron Henry. Civil Rights Museum. Future home of the Civil Rights Museum. This place is cool as hell. Looking forward to here. I'll run out of time before I run out of things to photograph. This is as good as Del Rey. Gas is 30 more cents a gallon here. Yeah, it's 279. It was 249. Is that when I left Tupelo? Well, I think I'm going to sign off here, guys. I got to get some gas, and I'm going to set my camera up so I can at least get video of what I just showed you. So this is paradise as far as photos and video go. So I hope you guys have a good day today. I'm gonna party all day. Chair with musical notes on it. Hey, Kimberly. I'm gonna party all day, all night. You too, Julie. All right, Penny, thanks. I got some good ribs yesterday, Penny. Would you eat those? I will, Cynthia. Cynthia, what do you want from Sun Records when I go there? Oh, thank you, Amber. How you doing, Amber? All right, Amy. One tooth, no, coming right up. No problem. All right, air cooled. Whole collection? Okay, all right. I'll get you, Rock. I got a bunch of them I'm going to send you anyway. That's no problem. All right, you guys have a good day today. See you, Elizabeth. See you, Virgil. You're welcome. Yeah, I'm going to take a bunch of pictures. Yeah, no problem, Handy. Yeah. Coming right up. All right, whatever you want, let me know. All right, have a good day, you guys. All right, Cynthia, no problem.